Blessings. Namaste. Got him. So I thought today we would do a little routine because winter ideally is a time when we need to kind of be slowing down. Everything in nature, has gone into a state of rest. And so ideally we need to be kind of slowing down, taking time out. But obviously when it's cold, it can be challenging. So we're going to put together the breath of fire with some longer held poses. So in the restorative pose, we may do the same pose we've done before, but we may hold it a little bit longer to allow the body to release. We've got Miss Lulu here who thinks she's a freaking parrot and will try and sit on my shoulder. So we'll work with that. Yes, Lulu, you're not a... Oh my Lord. So we're just going to start off checking in. So you can have a cat on your shoulder. You can sit with a cushion or bolster, or if you're not comfortable sitting with a sense of ease, then just stand for a moment. Okay, we're just literally going to check in, because when it gets cold, especially when it suddenly gets cold, because there's no gentle transition nowadays, so when it suddenly gets really cold, everything literally tightens up, and sometimes literally our lungs can feel like they're tightening up as well. So whether you're sitting or standing, just soften or close your eyes. And just begin by taking some deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and sigh it out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. Let it go. One small big breath in, noticing how your lungs feel, how your rib cage feels in through the nose. Let it go. Again, just taking a moment. Now, January can often be a very challenging month mentally and physically because we've had a massive build up to Christmas. Weeks of preparation and planning and expectation, and suddenly it's like, boom, gone, done, dusted. And we're left with not much money in our purse, not much energy, it's dull, it's grey, January seems really long, and yet we're being encouraged to, oh, new year, blah, 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 do this, do that, and it's really not the time to start new things. It really isn't. And then we end up feeling like a failure because we don't feel like starting new things. So no, winter is a time for conserving. So take a moment, notice how you feel. You may be feeling like me a bit, everything's just such hard work right now. So just noticing that, Lulu's putting a funny face, just noticing that and being kind to yourself. Now, being kind to yourself, let me just clarify something. Being kind to yourself doesn't mean you can be a complete a-hole and get away with it. Go, just be kind to yourself. It means not giving yourself a hard time. It means if you don't feel energetic and enthusiastic and just want to sit in front of the fire and watch the flames, do that. And also another point, when I say about resting, people think resting is doing nothing, but resting is doing the things that energize you, that recharge you, rather than drain you. So I could do rather than I should be doing. I should be doing blah, 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 blah. It's like I could be doing things that uplift you, things that, make you smile when you think about doing them. So resting doesn't necessarily mean doing nothing. It means doing the things that restore, rejuvenate your energy. So always keeping that in mind. So again, just noticing how you're feeling, and maybe if there was one word to describe how you're feeling right now, and just allow a word to come into your mind. Again, it may not make sense, that's okay. Just let a word pop into your mind to describe how you're feeling. Again, it may say maybe completely illogical, but that's okay. We're talking to our body. We're talking on an energetic level. Take another nice deep breath in. Let it go. Awesome. Then if you're standing, come on to the floor. You can still sit on a block if you wish. Bring the soles of your feet together. Try and walk. In fact, just do that a couple of times. Walk your sit bones. Now, some people really struggle with this to start with, and that's okay. Practice makes progress. Walk on your sit bones. So forward and then back again. So you may take, it may take a little while for your brain and body to get, this. So, our pelvis has a degree of movement in it. So So this is also good for releasing kind of tension. And again, once you've gone back as far as you can, walk forward. So you're literally walking on your sit bone. One sit bone, other sit bone. One sit bone, other sit bone. So a lot of people really, really struggle. They almost have to like help themselves. So just send the message. Visualize your sit bone. Think like left sit bone forward, right sit bone forward, left sit bone forward, right sit bone forward. Again, when you've gone as far as you can towards your feet, then go back again. So think about this, when you decide to do something, you're having a thought and then you're sending a message to the particular body part. So then you've got neurons firing off, like electricity, from your brain to that particular area. So right now, I've got several parts of my brain activating up. I'm thinking slightly ahead of what I'm saying, and I'm also sending a message to my body to move my pelvis. So you're also creating new neural pathways in your brain. So again, you may think like left sit bone forward, just as, you know, we nowadays don't have to think when we walk, right? But when we first started learning walking, we really had to consciously think about it and focus on it. So it's the same kind of thing, it just takes a bit of practice. So again, think of like right sit bone forward, left sit bone forward, right sit bone forward, left sit bone forward. And once you get it, then maybe you can speed it up a little bit, but don't worry, you know, we get in a sort of, oh my God, I'll do it, I can't do it, I'm useless, blah, 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 blah. Just do what you can. And then go back again. It's also good to do things that we're not used to doing. It's good for our, say, brain and body, but we get so like, oh my God, I'm doing it, it's too hard, I'm rubbish, blah, 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 blah. So let's get rid of that. Let's have an attitude of a child. Because just think, if a baby had that attitude, I can do that, I can't do it, then it would never get past rolling over, right? It would never go to crawling, it would never go to walking. So try and have the attitude of practice makes progress. And this time, when you come as far forward as you can, and holding on around your feet if you can, and try and think of lifting up nice and tall. So pull the arms towards you. Another option you can use is a towel or a belt wrapped around your feet, and pull your chest forward. Start to feel a stretch straight away in your inner thigh. Now I do apologise for constantly like doing this, but I can't work out if I've got something stuck to my eyelash or my head or whatever, or whether it's the light or something. You know, sometimes I have cat hairs attached to things, so I do apologise for that. So sitting up as tall as you can, stay here, take a nice deep breath in, sigh it out, feel your shoulders relax. And again, inhale, as you do it this time, imagine lengthening up from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. As you sigh it out, imagine relaxing your shoulders even more. Then maintaining that tall spine, relaxed shoulders, begin little tiny butterfly wings. Breathing in and out. I've just thought we could actually do with some blocks or bricks in a moment. Sometimes I'm not prepared, sometimes I just think of things as we're going along. Or if you don't have blocks or bricks or you have something else handy, then try that. So it's all good. Or we can pause the video. Well, I can't pause because I'm filming, but we can stop and go and get it. And that's the beauty of practice, right? Is that we can change as we go along. You think, oh, actually I need to do this, or this would be good. And we can, do, you know, chop and change. Nothing is set in stone, right? Nice deep breaths in and out. You can still exhale through the nose or through the mouth, whatever feels good for you. You can, if you wish, even multitask and add a little bit of a neck stretch, gently turning your head side to side. Or to release the face, you can give me a horse impression. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Really blubber your lips. Release tension from your face. Again, in. Once more, breathe in. And out. And this time, inhale, bring the knees up as high as you can. Exhale, press them towards the floor. Engage your inner thighs. As you do that, pull the arms towards you, lift your chest. Inhale, draw the knees in. Exhale, press them towards the floor. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, press them down once more. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, press them down. And just release, bring the knees in a moment. Grab blocks, bricks, whatever you may have, cushions. Ideally something that's same size, although it's not massively important. And you can imagine, oh dear, have I not put things away where they came from? There we go. So I have yoga bricks, but you can use absolutely anything. So what we're going to do, and I say this to people, even if you feel like you're relaxing around your hips, even if you don't feel like you have tightness around your hips, just try this, just to notice the difference. So I'm going to come back so you can see. So we're going to bring the feet in again. And then we're going to wedge. Even if your knees are almost on the floor, if your knees are almost on the floor, then you'll need something smaller than this, okay? So if you're quite flexible and your knees are almost on the floor, then you'll need something slightly smaller. So good thing about blocks and bricks is you can kind of turn them either side. So you're going to wedge them so you can feel the contact. And you say you can use cushions as well. It doesn't have to be bricks. Everything has their use, right? We just want to wedge them, literally wedge them underneath the thigh. And you may need additional wedging. You may need some more blocks and bricks, and so you may need a couple. The idea is that you can feel, because what tends to happen, right? You might think, oh yeah, I'm quite relaxed. But actually, when you have something to rest against, your body will relax even more. But maybe even try that. Maybe even try leaning back slightly. So yeah, I make things up as I go along. Lean on your hands. And then breathe in, lift your chest. As you breathe out, just press gently towards the block. As you inhale, maybe tuck your tailbone under slightly. Feel that tension, stretch rather, in your inner thighs. As you exhale, press your knees towards the floor. Notice how that feels. It might not be a massive difference, but notice how it feels compared to no block. Inhale, release, tuck the tailbone under slightly. Exhale, relax the tailbone, press the knees down. So if you're not in firm contact, make sure you've got firm contact. So you've got something to press against. Release slightly. And just do it a couple of times and just noticing how it feels having something to press against rather than doing it like that. So it might not be a massive difference, but hopefully you'll feel a difference. It's almost like the body is like, okay, I feel supported. I can let go now. It's okay, I can let go now. Just one more. Press the knees out. Open up the inner thighs. And release. Draw the knees in. Stretch them out. And just shake the leg. Oh, sorry. Shake the legs. Let them kind of wiggle quite vigorously so they move in your hip sockets. Then come back in. Bring one foot across to kind of like stabilize you. Again, you can use a block or a cushion underneath you if you're feeling really unstable, because we're going to bring this right leg, either hold on to foot and knee, and we're going to rock the baby, or if you can, bring the right foot, so I've got the right foot in the crook of the left elbow, hug in, so again as if you're rocking a baby. Now what people often tend to do is like swing it around, or they swing through the upper body. So you try and go slower and just keep the upper body still. So if you feel unstable, then pop something underneath your other knee so that you can press down. So even me, straight away, I feel a bit more stable here. So we're opening up around the hips. You want to try and get the lower body relaxed as much as possible, so you're not holding any tension. Keep your eye gaze forward, so we're not wiggling the head around. And just nice deep breath in and out. So not only does this warm up into your hips, but it also activates our lower energy centers. Now go even even slower. So we're just moving that leg rather than moving the whole body. I'm trying to imagine, we're trying to bring the shin towards your chest. And stop the movement, hug that shin in. Inhale, imagine stretching up through the crown of the head, so it's like a seated pigeon pose. And exhale. And release that foot. Bring the foot down and release that other leg. So you've got one knee bent, one foot in front, and hug that knee in. Lift up nice and tall, nice deep breath in. And out, shoulders relaxed. Then release that leg. Do the same on the other side. So if you need to, if you're a little bit unstable, pop some underneath that leg. So the idea is we don't want to clench that side as we lift this leg up. So again, either here or try bringing the foot into your elbow. Push the foot into the elbow, clasp the hands, try and lift up as tall as you can. I know I'm not sitting up totally straight, but as tall as you can so we're not completely collapsing down. And when I first started practicing this, I used to pretty much tip over backwards. So I had to find ways. And that's the thing, again, a baby will fall over again and again and again and again and again and keep getting back up and to figure out, what they need to do to not fall over. But as adults, we tend to give up. Like, I can't do it, it's too hard, I'm a failure, blah, 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 blah. Again, go super slow. Again, keep your eye gaze forward. Then hold, inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale, relax the shoulders for that stretch in the outer hip. And release that leg and bring the knees in, stretch them out, shake the legs out, and have a little drink. Shake the legs out. And then bring yourself into a sitting position. Now again, please sit on a chair if you need to. So if you're like this is not good. This is not good. You've got rounded spine, tense hips. You're compressing your inner organs, you're compressing your lungs, you're compressing your head because you're then trying to look up. If you cannot sit up with ease, use blocks. Sit on a cushion, a wedge cushion is good. Tilt the pelvis forward so you're not kind of tucked under, so pull the butt cheeks back. I find Ardha Siddhasana much, much easier than cross-legged. Again, add blocks or cushions, as many as you need, under one or both knees. This is sitting upright with a tall spine, not that. Because as soon as you do that, you're compressing your lungs, your inner organs. You're saying your spine is rounded, and we spend so much more time, in bad posture. So we come to the mat to try and improve the posture. And this has taken me years to practice. This is a pose. It's taken me years to practice to get here. So if you cannot maintain this position with ease, sit on a chair. Totally okay, because we're focusing on the breath right now. We're focusing on KAPAHLI BHATI, breath of fire. So we're going to do some preparation. So I'm just going to roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. It's a nice snuggly jumper, nice charity shot. Oh, it's nice, like a fleece, wearing a fleece. Anyway, we're going to breathe in and out through the nose. As you breathe in, feel your lungs and rib cage expand, and imagine completely filling your lungs. As you breathe out, you're going to squeeze all the air out, pulling the belly button in. Now you might find at this point you need to blow your nose, and that's okay. Go right ahead. So inhale, belly relaxes. Exhale, really force it out. So as you're doing that, as you pull the tummy in, also imagine pulling your pelvic floor muscles in. Imagine pulling your front ribs closed, squeezing the air out, and imagine pulling the hip bones in towards each other. So you're kind of creating a contraction. And as you inhale, you release that contraction. As you exhale, you contract from lower side and up, and imagine squeezing energy up. So the in-breath and out-breath, keep going, are of equal length, but you really feel those tummy muscles working. So this is an option you can do, and you may start feeling heat building up anyway, just doing it this pace. So this is a slower version of Breath of Fire, KAPAHLI BHATI. So you can maintain this pace if you'd rather. If not, gradually start to speed it up. Again, this is a good pace. You can maintain this pace if you would rather. Relax the breath for a minute. Then we're going to come into full breath of fire. So we're going to start off with the tongue out, so as if you're panting. But see the belly relaxing, contracting. When I direct you to, you're going to keep going, but you're going to bring your tongue in and have an O-shaped mouth, like you're breathing in and out through a straw. Then you're going to keep going, but close the mouth. And you're going to keep going until I say otherwise. And you can do all of that at a slower pace. You're going to make sure the spine's nice and tall, shoulders relaxed, head parallel to the floor. So don't let the head drop, and we don't lift it up either. So imagine you're being pegged. You're being hanging on a line by your ears, so the spine is nice and tall. So imagine breathing in about 3/4 of the way. So we start with the tongue out, panting like a dog. Arms are relaxed on your knees. You can bring thumb and index finger together if you wish. So let's begin. Keep going, but gradually draw the tongue in and have an O-shaped mouth as if you're breathing in and out through a straw. Keep going, feeling that pumping. Again, you can do a slower variation if you wish. Keep going, but bring the lips together so they're closed but not clamped closed. You can close your eyes if you wish when you're feeling that contraction, and visualize or feel the inner fire, the heat building up within you. Make sure your head isn't dropping, lifting up through the crown of the head. In a minute, or a moment, I'm going to direct you to exhale fully. You're going to hold the breath out, and you're going to pull in pelvic floor muscles, tummy muscles, and squeeze up as if you're squeezing this fire, this energy that you're stoking, and you're squeezing it all the way up. And I want you to visualize you drawing that energy right up to the crown of the head. So on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale completely. Hold the breath out. Squeeze rectum, sex organs, navel, squeeze. Imagine, visualize energy flowing up your spine, all the way up through your heart, through your neck, through to your third eye point. Imagine igniting, lighting your whole spine. See if you can breathe out a little bit more. See if you can squeeze in and up a little bit more. And when you need to, release, take a long, slow breath in. And let it go. And bring the legs in. If you're on a chair, come down onto the floor. Again, just shake the legs out again. So we're going to come into Janushasana, head to knee pose, although don't forget about that, but you don't really want your head to knee. So if you need to sit on a block or a wedge, do so. If not, pull the butt cheeks back. So we come to the posture and we just hold out and breathe here, but we still want to set ourselves up. So butt cheeks back, feel the pelvis tilting forward slightly. Bring your right knee in, grab hold of the foot and just kind of Do a little bit of movement, bringing it around, circling it around, wiggling it side to side. Imagine lubricating the joints. Then bringing the foot against your inner thigh. Find your sit bones again. Again, if this knee is way off the floor, if it's not full contact with the floor, wedge something underneath. And notice, again, notice how it feels. Take it away, try and relax. Notice how that feels. Wedge something underneath. Notice how it feels. Again, it's being supported. You know, you imagine you leaning back and saying, no, I'm relaxed, I'm relaxed, I'm relaxed. It's fine. Whereas if someone was holding you there or there was a wall there, you could relax. It's the same kind of thing. So notice how that feels. So we're going to come into the pose and we're going to breathe the breath of fire and you're going to keep going until I say otherwise. So there's a little bit of energy, but not really tight and tense. So you're just literally going to forward, hinge forward, slide your hands forward. So if you start with, you may not come very far. You're going to tuck your chin in so your head's parallel to your spine. And you're just going to begin the breath of fire. You're going to close your eyes. Again, you can go fast or slow. You can go back to that. If you'd rather, that doesn't matter. Just begin the breath of fire. And as you're doing that, just simply observe and imagine that heat, that fire, loosening your muscles, burning away any tension, warming up your muscles, warming up your inner organs, so that you can imagine starting to relax from the inside out. We often tend to focus on the outside in. So for start with, we focus, oh, I want to reach my toes. And so we grab and we pull and we're kind of like, you know, really stretching the skin and maybe a muscle. So I want you to imagine relaxing from the inside out. So literally start thinking about this breath heating your inner organs. So imagine your intestines, your stomach, your liver, your kidneys. Imagine those muscles relaxing just like any other muscle. And imagine the muscles surrounding and supporting all your bones, your spine, around your hips and pelvis. Imagine them releasing and relaxing. And you will notice yourself sink deeper and deeper without, you know, you're not forcing, you're not trying to, you know, push or pull. You're just allowing, you're just hanging out here. So wherever you start up, remember, it doesn't really matter. It's how it feels. So even if you feel like you're upright, relax your head. And you'll notice that after a while, it's like we're giving ourselves, the body, the invitation. It's like, here we are, you're totally supported. We're providing all the right circumstances. If you wish, you can relax into it. And you'll find that your body starts to relax. And again, when you hold a posture for longer, you start to relax into it. And the less you force, it's like if someone tries to force you to do something, you often resist, right? So same thing with our own body. You know, if we try and force our body to do something, it often goes, no, don't think so. So allow, keep the breath going. In a moment, when I direct you, we're going to breathe all the way out again, just as we did a moment ago. Exactly the same thing, not yet. You can hold on to ankle or foot if you wish. Again, it's just about not grasping. You're not trying to force anything. I'm going to count down, and after a count of 5, you're going to breathe all the breath out. You're going to hold the breath out, and you're going to apply that root lock, squeezing in and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the way out. Hold the breath out. Squeeze rectum, sex organs, navel. Squeeze. Imagine drawing the energy in and up. And long, slow breath in. Breathe all the way in. Hold. See if you can stretch a little bit further without forcing anything. Hold. Squeeze in and up. Find that root lock. Once more, exhale all the way out. Stretch a little bit further, hold. And inhale as you slowly come up, noticing how it feels and how maybe you've come a bit further than you normally would. Bring that leg in, stretch it out, shake the legs out. Bounce up and down a couple of times. And prepare for the other side. So finding your pelvis, bring the other leg in. Again, holding onto the foot. And bringing some movement in. It's kind of like lubricating the joints. It doesn't matter what kind of movement. And when you feel ready, bring that foot into your inner thigh. Again, you can pop the cushion under that side. So it might feel a bit easier this side, might feel more tight this side, again, whatever. And then just getting yourself into position. So finding your maximum for now. So in other words, I'm just relaxing forward. I'm not forcing anything. I'm just using the weight of my own body. So you might be here. That's absolutely okay. Try and relax the head completely. Try and close your eyes or soften your eyes. Focus on the tip of your nose. Again, begin the breath of fire. Then you can go slower if you wish, it's all good. Just feel, just observe the warmth that's building, the inner heat that's building. Observe it melting away any tension, melting away any expectation. This is one of my favorite stretches. It feels so good for my back, feels so good for my hips and inner thighs, stretching out the hamstrings. It's just, it literally is, although it's like, you know, not Instagram worthy and all that kind of nonsense, it is just such a lovely stretch. Plus it's quite nurturing because it's turning inwards. So it also soothes your parasympathetic nervous system. Again, just burning away resistance, burning away fear. You can hold on to leg or foot if you wish. And relaxing from the inside out. Again, in a moment, I'm going to count you down and you're going to breathe all the air out, pulling the tummy in, applying that root lock. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale all the way out. Hold, squeeze in and up. Visualize that energy rising up through the body. See if you can exhale a little bit more. Stretch a little bit further. Then full deep breath in. Hold the breath. Squeeze in and up. Stretch a little bit further. Exhale all the way out. Stretch a little bit further still. And inhaling as you come up. And you can even do that for longer if you wish. You don't have to do the breath of fire for the whole thing, but just hopefully you notice how it eases and kind of warms up the muscles. So we're going to come into a double leg spinal twist, but I want you to notice how I set it up, okay? So watch first, and I'll try and do it from different angles. So we're going to start off lying on the back. You're going to put the arms out to the side. You're going to lift your bum off the floor. Lift it off the floor. You're going to shift your bum over to the left side of the mat. Right over, not just like that. Right over. So you're now kind of lying on your right butt cheek. Your left butt cheek is off the floor. You're then going to bring your knees in towards you. So they're already kind of starting to drop over to the right. Bring the knees right up in towards you. And then you're going to let them drop to the right. And you're going to let them relax completely. If you can tuck your right hand, behind the knee to just hold them. But don't worry if they're not, sitting pretty, that's okay. If this left arm is off the floor or it's tight and tense, you can try turning it palm upwards. You can try bending the arm a little bit. You can try bringing it in towards you. You can try resting it on something. You can have it right the way down beside it, doesn't matter. So I'm just going to show you from another angle. So don't come into it first. You lift the bum and you shift it right over to the left. You bring the knees in so they're already starting to go over. So this aligns your spine a bit more. You're going to relax the legs completely. Let them be nice and floppy. And then you're going to relax here. After a while, there will be options, should you choose, and they are just options, to take the underneath leg back behind you and grab hold of the foot with the back hand, but only if that feels good. And again, we can bring in a breath of fire, or you can do it without. So make sure you move the butt a lot, not just a teeny tiny bit, not just like that, but a lot. So arms out to the side. Lift your butt, shove it right over. So if you're using a mat, a normal mat, use it as a guide, shove it right over to the left. So you feel like you're lying in a wonky position. Draw the knees in, they're already naturally starting to want to go over to the right. So bring them in as much as you can, not just here, but right in, right over. Let them relax to the floor, tuck that right hand behind the knee, and literally let the legs be nice and floppy. And if you wish, you can turn to look to the left. Make sure your left arm's relaxed. I often see people with their arm kind of off the floor. If that's the case, move it to a position where it can relax. Or again, rest it on something so you can relax it. You don't want any tension. Either nice long deep breathing, or you can try bringing in the breath of fire. Here, soften or close your eyes. If it doesn't feel good because you're in this twisting position, then just long, deep breathing. So I'm just going to do long, deep breathing here because that feels better for me. And today I'm just keeping my head in neutral. Again, that feels nicer, but still, thank you for the cat bum in my face. Still, if you're doing that long, deep breathing, still inhale, belly relax, rib cage relaxes. As you exhale, squeeze all the air out. So inhale, expansion. Exhale, contraction. Inhaling lightness. Exhale, release. And feel the body relax even more with each breath. You might notice a big release, you might notice a small release, but you will feel a release with each breath out. Again, you may stay here. I've had a really tight back the past couple of weeks, so this feels like, oh, I can stay here all day. So you can stay right here, or you can try taking that underneath leg. So if you're over to the right underneath leg, and you might need to adjust your hip a little bit. You might need to roll your top hip forward a little bit, taking that left foot back. If you can reach with ease, grab hold of that foot. Notice that with ease. Don't do something just because you can. It doesn't feel good, don't do it. You can if you wish, if it feels good. Straighten the top leg out a little bit more so we start becoming a little bit more active. Stretch. If not, stay right where you were. You're going to do what feels good for you. Don't do something just, oh, I can do it. Yeah, but you're causing discomfort. You're causing tension. There's no point doing something if it's creating tension. So stay at the first stage and just breathe. It should feel nice. It should feel nourishing. It should feel restorative. It's not a competition about making pretty shapes, remember? Take another nice deep breath in and let it go. And slowly, oh, it feels good. Slowly start to bring the knees in, bring yourself back, pop the feet down, level yourself out. Take a second here. You're just noticing how it feels. And go to the other side. So lift your butt, shove it over to the right side. So again, right over. So you feel like you're in a weird position. This is just a setup position, right? Bring the knees right in towards your chest. And so they're naturally already starting to go over to the left. When they land, tuck your hands behind the knee. And again, you can always put cushions underneath the knee. You can lift the left shoulder, draw it forward a little bit more. So adjust the right arm. It's really important to relax the legs, okay? So don't worry if the top leg is kind of swinging around. Don't worry if the feet aren't stacked. Really does not matter. The most important thing here is that you can relax. Relax from the inside out. Relax your inner organs. Relax your blood vessels. Relax your tendons, ligaments. Relax your joints, your bones, and make sure the right arm is relaxed. So if it's hanging, if it's in the air, prop it up, move it, bend it, bring it down beside you, whatever. You might need to do something different this side, and that's okay. And we're all out of balance to one degree or another. So find ways, trust that you have the innate intelligence to figure out a way, even if it's an option I haven't given yet. You will figure out the way. So full deep breaths in and all the way out. If you can, feel the body release with each exhale. So again, we need to be relaxed in this position. No tension, because if you're tense here, you're not going to be, you're not going to be stretching anything out. You're just going to be like an icicle in position. So maybe do a couple of little horse impressions. So inhale through the nose. Blow out through the lips. Again, inhale and exhale. That was a bit of a rubbish one. Again, you can stay right here, or you can start to take your underneath leg back. Again, you might want to adjust your hip again, and only grab hold of the foot if you can then relax the foot and the shoulder back down on the floor. So if either of them are off the floor, forget about it. And if you can do so without creating tension, you can stretch the top leg out. So on this side, it doesn't feel quite so good. to stretch the top leg out. So I'm going to keep it slightly bent instead, because we're not trying to force anything. We're having a conversation with the body. It's like telling your partner, you must do this. Well, it hurts. Well, I don't care. It looks good. Looks good on Instagram. Do. So yeah, just long, deep breaths. Visualize making space between the spine, the vertebrae. After your next exhale, slowly start to unwind. Again, no rush, no hurry. Gently bring yourself back. Level yourself out. Find that comfortable position. I'm just going to finish with a supported bridge pose. So you're going to take your blocks. Now you can either have a couple stacked one on top of the other like this. You can turn the block onto its highest part. The important thing is to find a point where it's not causing discomfort, obviously. So you're going to basically, you're going to place the blocks underneath your pelvis. So you can be here in a kind of fairly low position. You can turn it on its highest point and be in a kind of more bridge. Again, you want to be able to relax into it. So you want to find a position where it's not obviously digging in you. You're not holding any tension, so I can release, I can move my feet. So again, find what works for you. Wiggle the shoulders together, feet hip distance apart, toes pointing forward. Oh, nice, and just breathing into your heart space. So it's a counter pose to the kind of forward bends that we did. So we've done a forward bend, we've done a twist. So now it's like a heart opening pose. So your chin might be in towards your chest, tucked in. So again, find a point with the bricks or cushions. You can pile some cushions up. Again, you can relax here. So relaxing doesn't mean flopping down, it just means you're not gripping, you're not tensing. It means you can hold the position for a good few breaths. So full deep breath in and full breath out. And as you breathe, visualize lengthening your spine, lengthening from tailbone all the way up to the base of your skull, lengthening from the base of the skull all the way to your tailbone. And the sun is has got brighter and brighter, so you've got a bit of a thing on the wall. But hey, a little bit of sunshine. Not going to make a bit of sunshine, right? So relax the shoulders. Again, think of lengthening your spine. So bridge pose wants to be about lengthening the spine as well. Again, it's not so much about how high or whatever. It's about creating space between the vertebrae. And about, so not being tight and tense, lengthening the spine and the muscles. Because we want to stretch both, right? Don't want to just stretch the muscles, don't want to just stretch the spine. You want to stretch all of it. So feel your heart space opening. Feel your rib cage expanding. Feel as if your lungs are expanding with greater ease. Feel as if your rib cage is expanding with greater ease. Because if you can breathe even more deeply. Take another full deep breath in and out. And gently release, lift up, release the block, roll down through your spine. Nice and slowly, nice and gently. Bring the knees in towards you. Hug the knees in. Okay, we're going to finish off with breath of fire here. You're going to bring your nose towards your knee, but try and do so without tensing your shoulders. So scoop the belly button in. And we're going to bring your breath of fire as well. So inhale, belly button in. Exhale, just curl head and shoulders. Bring your nose to touch your knees without tensing your shoulders. So shoulders relaxed, eyes closed. Begin the breath of fire. If you feel like you're tensing your neck, you can either support your head with your hands or pop your head down on the floor. Or you can turn upside down and do it in child's pose. Take a deep breath in, hold, out, rock and roll along your spine. Imagine that energy that we have created, freeing it up, moving it along your spine. Then come up to sit. Just find a position. Just for a moment or two. Close your eyes. Check in. And again, if there was one word that describes how you're feeling now, allow that word or symbol or image, whatever, to pop into your mind. Just bring a smile to your face. If you feel you need some relaxation, you can stay, you can lay yourself down in Shavasana, maybe set a timer for 5 minutes and just lay down, allow the energy to flow around your body. If not, bring your palms together, hands to heart, heart to hands, take a little bow to seal your practice. Namaste. Blessings. I'd love to hear how you feel and how it feels also, just to kind of like, you know, make things up as you go along. I say make things up, just tuning in, going with the flow, and yeah, enjoy your day. Mwah!